Yeah. Alright, so this, if y'all could divide your whiteboard into 4 sections for me. And the way that they have it done on this page is backwards from how it works in my mind, so if you need to go the other way, I totally understand it. Alright, but what you are going to have is you're going to have an H, set up right here, H. So those will be your high achievers. Then you'll have your HM, which will be your high mediums. You'll have your LMs, which will be your low mediums, and you'll have your Ls, which is going to be your lows. You have a lot of those. Yeah, they're weird. So, but even within your classroom,
Yes,
I'm sure
there are.
you have some that are higher achieving than others.
They are.
Okay.
So
So
it's relative to each other.
it's relative to each. It's relative to each classroom. A kid that
Relative to the T.
yes,
Yeah.
and we can restructure these groups whenever you need to also. So that's a great thing about them. So these are specific to each class. So a kid might be a high in one class, but in your next class period, they might be a low medium. You know what I mean? So it is relative to the kids that you have in your class. So what you're going to do, I asked y'all to bring your CBA data and your class roster. So you're going to use the index cards. Did I put those on the desk? Can we just
No, they might be.
They're right here. They're right here. So for each kid, you're going to make an index card. Their name is going to be right in the middle of it. Also with their sex or gender, whatever we go by now, in the top corner. And you can put their grade for either their STAR test or their latest CBA data like we have today. And you're going to put that in the top right corner. And along with that, you're going to put a color. So I have these markers right here, and if I'm losing you, all the information is right there on the page in front of you. So you're going to use a marker, and we're going to go off the color code that they use there in step 3. So your highs are going to be red. So if the kids accidentally see these cards, they don't know. So why does my card say low on it, right? So red is going to be your high. Green is going to be your high medium. Yellow is going to be your low medium, and red is going to be your low. Okay.
Wait a minute,
So
wait.
so
Red's
it's
low?
right. It's right there.
The reds are highs and low?
Oh, sorry. Your red is low. Your blue is high. My bad.
And it says it right here.
Yeah, it's right. It's right here.
Blue, green, yellow,
Maybe.
red.
Oh, okay.
Blue high, green high,
Okay,
medium.
okay,
yellow. Okay. So what you're going to do, you're going to start creating a card for each student. Okay. And that way, these cards will help us organize our students into these different categories. And then also, these cards will help us keep track of what groups our students have been grouped with. So down there at the bottom of your card, you'll have space where you can put what previous group they were in. So say, Ms. Young, if you want to do this every time you do a unit test or something, you can reorganize your kids by the grade that they made on their unit test moving forward. So you can say, oh, this kid was group 1 last time. I'm not going to group them with the same kids. They're going to be group 3 this time, if that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
So you go through your class roster that you brought just for that one class period, and you will start writing just your kid's name across the middle. You'll put their score on the top right along with their color. Oh, you won't give them a color yet.
Right.
You'll not give them a color yet. We'll organize them in order of their scores, and then we will divide that by 4, and then put them in there. So we have 4 groups, so we will divide them into 4s.
And I don't think
You don't need that yet. No, all you have to do right now is write their name on the card and their score. And then we will evenly distribute them between our high, medium, low, medium, and low. These are more or less your quintiles, but for each individual class when you're looking at your DMAT.
Y'all take tests every 6 weeks also?
9 weeks.
Every 9 weeks. So I guess you could change your groups every 9 weeks and.
Well,
like tests.
and truth is, I think right now they're in the process of maybe even changing that to unit test. And then it'll just be the release, so English department's doing that, math was 9 weeks, but now I think it's all right, that's my problem. I think they're changing it up anyway. Sorry.
It's supposed to be a really bad allergy season coming up.
Now.
So that's what it is. Okay, so one of my kiddos is not on this. Pull her aside or where I think?
Yeah, I'd probably pull her aside, and just by having her in class, you may have to assign where she's
She's
gonna
on
go.
this rights, still in the Smiths. So, Smith rights, I have rights, students and Smith students.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I just
So
order
now
them.
you're gonna put them in order from high to low. And once you get to that step, put them all in order, and then you can put them on you can set them on your whiteboard. There you go.
Oh, mine's perfect, it's at 12.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not joking, that's why I took this class, because how I feel about this class, that's exactly what I'm saying.
It also helps if you put their male or female there, so you don't have to put a group of 4 girls and a group of 4 boys. Just one with them. So if you have 4 guys,
Okay, so if I
so
had.
you'll have 3, 3, 3, and 3. You'll have 3 groups.
Oh,
in your
three
classroom.
groups, okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so if you divide your number by 4, that'll give you your total number of groups.
This one's one of those hard classes to split into gender because
Yeah.
it's a heavy boy.
I know Coach Lackey's second period has 2 girls in it. Is that what it did?
My fourth period has 2 boys. It's the opposite, but this one has mainly boys.
So how many kids are there in the class? 14. So basically, what is that?
That's 4.
You're gonna have 4 in a group, so
3 to 4.
3, so about 3 groups, that's 3 times 4, and then 1 group of 2.
And then another 1 group of 2. So it actually tells you down here what to do if that happens, actually on the side here. So if you have 1 extra student, the high, medium, or low medium category will have 1 more student. Yeah, and if you have 2 extras, the high, medium, and the low medium category will have 1 more student each. So so it depends on how many kids you have. You know, if you have 2 extra students, Brittany, so in your case, you're gonna have 1 more high medium, and one more low medium, and you'll group those two kids together, the high medium and low medium. You get 3 extra students, each category will get 1 extra student, you'll have a 3 top instead of a 4.
So what I'm doing is, see, I have my three groups right now, 1, 2, 3, but I'm gonna like look at them and manipulate it, so I might switch. Like but you can only switch on each row, you know, so like, say I don't want these 2 girls together, I might switch these, right here, these. You see what I'm saying? But you have to switch on the same level.
So you've got your highs, Melissa, that's what she's done, she has her highs, then her high medium, her low medium, and her low, all in a column.
And that's what
For
I,
each, for her groupings, because she has 3 groups.
but now I'm
And
looking
then,
at it
and
to
then she
see
can
if those are.
manipulate it to fit the students together that she wants to have together.
So I just take one from each little.
Yes, take one from each of those, but you need to color code them first, so you don't forget which, you need to color code them. Now that you have them split up, they need to be color coded, so you can remember, this is my high, this is my high medium, this is my low medium, and my low. It's the green one?
No, the blue one, I think blue too somehow.
And their numbers, or their colors will change each test, or can change
They
each
can
test.
change, yeah.
So they might be red one test, and the next they might be green.
Okay, so now I'm down to where I've got 3 extras. And so, what do we say to do, leave it as group, no, I can't. Because they're all high medium.
Yeah, that's where it affected what groups you put them in. So if you had 3 extras, then each group is going to get one more.
One extra.
One extra, yeah. So that, you'll have a 3 top of, yeah, you'll have.
And then it
you'll have
says 3
extra.
categories.
Yeah, the 3 categories will
Will
have one more student. So you'll have 3 of the categories that you choose will
So
have.
you
you'll put
might
one more
have
student.
like, I guess, a group of 5, 3 groups of 5.
Or you can do group 3, because once you get over 4, it's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be too hard to control. So you decide in your
So
instance.
I
in
probably
that
need to
class,
come down to having groups of,
well, you could have,
an extra group of 3, an extra group, rather than groups of 5.
yeah, you would have 1 extra group of 3. You have groups of 4, then 1 extra group of 3.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But since they all ended up being high medium,
That's where you assign your kids to the wrong category, if that makes sense.
just hard on this
So
one.
you may have to reassign, yeah, you may have to reassign some of them to different categories
Gotcha.
based on their grade. So
But
if
it
you
looks
had,
pretty
so,
good, I mean, it looks like you have one from every.
I do, except there's 3 extra high mediums, but in what planet do you call a 67 a high medium?
well, that's why it's relative to
The
the
class
classroom
period.
that you're in, the class period that you're in.
Hey, I'm calling a 69 a high.
Yeah. So, the idea behind this now is that you're gonna have, your students paired up by that. And what the idea is that you're gonna put your high and your low opposite of each other in their seating chart, if that makes sense. So if the ones are your highs, a low would be over here. So those two are not gonna interact very much,
Okay, I do too.
So-
because there's too much of a gap between the two. So
Yeah,
what it's,
you
where it's
need
gonna,
like this.
yeah,
So
where
like
it's gonna.
1 and 3.
Yeah, where it's gonna put you is you're gonna have your high and your low medium are gonna be face partners. And then your high and your high medium are shoulder partners. And then your high medium and your low are face partners, and your low is gonna be shoulder partners with your low medium. So that way they're closer to the same level, so that way you're,
Okay, so basically it's like, this is number 1 and number 2, and then this is 3 and 4. Because
Mhm.
these guys would be shoulder partners, and then they would be face partners.
yeah, so that's the thing, you want your highs and your lows split, because there's probably gonna be too much of a gap there where neither one of them are gonna benefit from what's going on in that relationship.
Or
The-
one's gonna take over.
Or the high's gonna take over, they know everything, the
Or get
low's just gonna
aggravated.
sit there and not do anything.
Okay, does
Yeah.
that say that somewhere on here?
So it just kind of,
It doesn't really say that.
yeah,
Okay, so I need to
it
write
is,
this.
you might wanna write that down, yeah.
That's it.
So basically Brittany would be the low, if we were doing it here. She would be the low,
Way to
but
go.
Tisha would be the high.
Tisha would be the high, and then we have our mediums, we have our high medium and our low medium over here. So that way they're grouped by ability. And once again, that changes over time. So if you're low on the next test you take, passes up one of your low mediums, then those two would essentially switch places. Yeah. The groups are gonna be fluid. So as the kids change and if they grow, you might have a bunch of growth with one kid, the groups have gotta be fluid, so they'll move from group to group.
And you would suggest this, whenever there is a unit test?
Whatever major test you have where you want to, once you want to redo the groups, yeah. Any type of data that you have that
Because
you
I
would
think
like
it
to.
recommended, I don't know if it said it here, but I remember reading it somewhere that it recommended to change. You don't want to leave them like this.
Yeah,
all
they're not gonna be
Yeah,
this
I think
later.
right,
Yeah,
yeah.
it'll get stagnant, you don't want that. And that's, if you look at the bottom of the index card example, that's why it has, you have it room down there at the bottom. and
Yeah, it
you
has
put
6 of
you
them,
can
so
put
like
what-
6 weeks.
What group they were in, you can switch it by 6 weeks,
Oh, yeah, you
or
can do that.
whatever you wanna do. But that gives you a way to track, hey, these kids were together,